everybody? It's your girl, ChelseiRae. We are here at ChelseiRae TV, and I have the one and only
Alanah Nicole.
Yes, and I'm super excited. This is going to be a good episode because I got a little inspiration. Make sure y'all watch out.
Keep it locked. Keep it locked.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, ChelseiRae. This is episode 6-7 of ChelseiRae TV. I am super excited. I want to thank all my supporters, all of my viewers. We're still going crazy. We're still going dumb. Y'all see the shirt. Say his name. We ain't playing them type of reindeer games. And y'all see how I'm coming this season. Coming a little different. But today, I am honored, privileged to be in the room with greatness. I'm an aspiring journalist. I was going to call it something, but somebody told me, said, don't say that. I'm sitting in a room with the chief storyteller of right here in Baltimore City. I want y'all to put your hands together because I always think that I'm in the studio of thousands. Miss Alanah Davis. It's Alanah or Alanah?
It's Alanah.
It's Alanah.
It's
okay.
Alanah, yeah. Girl, that title, I got fired last week.
What?
I did.
This breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news, really?
I did. I did get fired, but it was for being good at my other stuff.
Okay.
You feel me? And I'm so excited. So yes, hi, what's up, everybody? My name's Alanah Nicole Davis.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, Chelsea.
I am happy that you are here.
I'm excited to be here. So we definitely could get into the title.
Yes.
We can get into work. We can get into all the things.
Yes. So, okay, I always ask my guests how are they feeling. So how are you feeling?
Girl, it's been a week. It's really been a week.
Okay.
I mean, I was anticipating it.
Mm-hmm.
I am someone who, I'm originally from the Bronx, New York.
Yes.
But moved to Baltimore when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Or maybe a little bit before that. And I've been here ever since. I love this city down bad. Like, I'm so down bad for Baltimore. Like,
Okay.
I love it. And I've always been a storyteller. I was always that kid filling out composition notebooks and I'm a writer. I'm a poet. I started out in Baltimore's kind of spoken word scene. And so was always just really enamored with artists, artistry, all those things. And really have grown my personal brand over the last 10 years to kind of position myself to be in a role where I was working as a chief storyteller inside of Baltimore city government. And so I was working on a cool team and the work was good. But then they did me dirty.
They did you dirty? I'm going to call Brandon tomorrow.
Please.
Leroy, what is wrong with you? I call him Man Leroy.
I'm done.
Yes, he is Man Leroy to me. What is wrong?
I love that. I love Brandon Scott. I love Hannah. I love everybody. It is no shade to them. It really was the team I was on.
Okay.
It was there's 12 of them. There's a gentleman who hired me who's from Mobile, Alabama, and came here and is a transplant. The whole team is transplant. So I really put them down with the city.
Yeah.
Taking them everywhere, was doing a lot, but I wish them well. I think it's one of those things where you're outgrowing a sort of moment and you know that you are bigger than the program.
Yeah.
Like it was becoming a thing where I was
honk,
doing
honk, beep, beep, honk, honk,
toot,
toot, toot, honk, honk, beep, beep. Yeah.
Okay, so it was just one of those moments where it was like, look, I think we're going to have to part ways. And I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I know that's okay. I know that what God has for me is so much bigger than a title.
Absolutely.
People have always called me some version of that.
Yeah.
Whether it's, you're Baltimore's godmother or you're the storyteller or whatever it is.
Yes.
Whatever you want to call me, just know that I know what my purpose is.
Absolutely.
And my purpose is to uplift the voices of Baltimore City and hopefully beyond that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like it's bigger than that. And I hope to see you doing the same thing.
Somebody come to see you, Otis.
Hey.
That's all. Everybody's coming to see you, Otis.
Everybody's coming to see Alanah Otis.
Yes.
But sometimes it's a blessing. You know what I mean?
It is.
To be booted. I feel like, I've been talking to so many of my people and they're like, yo, God was like, it's time.
Push.
Because I was not happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we've all, as creatives, taken a job.
Absolutely.
You want the benefits. You got kids. You got things to do. I have 2 daughters.
Yes.
And we want those things that bring us stability. But a lot of times they're taking us away from our actual purpose. They're taking
Absolutely.
take those things, the job, whether the people there or the tasks that are associated are taking us away from the things that we're really supposed to be focused on.
Yes.
And oftentimes our ministry, not to get too churchy.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Sometimes we're placed here for a certain thing and we get away from that because we're just trying to be comfortable.
Yeah. And it was time to go.
And it was time to go.
And it was time to go. And if you weren't going to do it, somebody was going to do it. That's a push.
It was a big push.
But I feel like you're going to thrive even more without being in that title. Sometimes I look at a title as a box and it keeps you at that limit. Yeah. And now you're out of it. So let's see what the hell is going to happen.
I'm let me out in the street.
Yes. You back in the streets and it's
I'm a hooligan.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Checking in.
Me too.
I'm a hooligan.
So tell me about your relationship with words. Yeah. I heard it. You said that you were filling up composition notebooks, and I'm still filling them up. Yeah. I still let my mind.
She got a whole notepad here.
Yes, y'all. I know. I'm still my imagination still runs wild at 35 years old.
That's really important.
Yes,
I think imagination really is the path for us to be liberated from the structures we're in. Like, we see Nolan Wells, like all of these things are happening in and around our cities, outside of our cities, but they're so close to us because we're all experiencing this as a collective.
Yes.
We see these things, especially as Black people, especially as Black women. So imagination is so important.
Yes.
And so are words.
Absolutely.
Listen.
And I was going to ask you about that because I see that you've worked with the youth before. Yes. My daughter is here. She's my assistant today.
Shout out to Chloe.
Chloe, yes. I wanted to make sure that she was here because I've always expressed to her, it's not just knowing what you're reading, but also understanding and comprehending. Yes. And for you being a storyteller, for you to tell and for people to understand what you're doing in the world, how do you navigate doing that? For so long and often. You do it often.
It's taxing.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, I always say you have to live a little in between the work in order to do the work.
Yes.
So I've got to spend time with people that love me, that care about me. In order to carry any larger message or narrative, to build narratives, I think it's really important that we just know who we are.
Yeah.
I've always kind of known who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think things fight against that. Absolutely, one way or the other. You might get in a relationship that calls you away from yourself, or you you go to.
She talks about it on Threads a lot. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it
later. But yeah, you know, you get into things that might call you away from yourself, and it's really important to stay grounded in who you are. I lost my mother a little over a year ago, which was a huge tragedy for me and just for my broader community, because she was like the kind of mom who was everybody's mom. And she was someone who always instilled in me that I have to speak up for myself. And speaking up for myself, I didn't know, but really instilled in me that I need to speak up for others.
Yes.
I was always the friend when we were hanging out. I had a couple of homegirls in high school. Shout out to Kia and Mercedes and all my other homegirls, Shanice.
Hey, girls.
Hey, girls.
Yeah.
But when we used to call, like, for, you know, Chinese food, or anybody was looking for a job, they would always make me get on the phone, or they would make me order the food.
I've gotten people out of abusive relationships before. Yeah.
You know, so you leading the charge on all fronts. It's not just the professional thing. It's the
who
way
you are.
It's who you are. It's really who I am.
Yes.
As a storyteller.
So as a moderator, as a storyteller, at certain times, do you ever feel like you have to put what you truly believe, your personal beliefs, to the side? Or do you know how to, quote unquote, play it safe?
I know how to do both.
Okay.
I think it's a skill. I have a skill set that allows me to be in certain rooms where I might need to put those things away.
Yes.
But I'm never going to put the things away that matter to me the most.
Absolutely.
I'm never going to go in a room where they're like, hey, we don't want you to talk about that Black stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want you to do that.
I get that.
I'm not going to do that. I think there's certain things. I have morals. I have a moral compass that's very strong. I also have conviction. I'm saved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's just certain things. Hey, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I would never put those things away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm never going to deny God or, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
And I think I was just talking about this with a friend. People often talk about, especially in the entertainment space or in journalism, whatever you want to talk about, where people say, oh, they sold their soul. It's never someone blatantly asking you, oh, do you want to sell you trying to sell your soul?
Right, yeah.
It's not that. It's those small things you start to tuck away. It's the beliefs you have where you start to say, I'm not going to do that, because when I do that, I get a bad response.
Yes.
When I speak up for myself, they start to not like me.
Yeah.
It's not about likability. It's not about those things. And when you begin to put those things away, that's what selling your soul is.
Yes.
You're selling your soul when you start to say, well, I'm going to wear my hair this way.
Yeah.
They want me to straighten my hair. Okay, that's fine.
I'll just look a certain way.
Just to look a certain way.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't think that that's fair. That's one thing. And I'm glad that we talked about being saved. God knows me.
Hallelujah.
All right. Hallelujah. God knows me. But one of my prayers said, I always pray, especially the more that I thrive and the more that I'm being exposed to, God, just cover me. Because I will be in a lot of spaces and a lot of places amongst people that I'm not too sure about, that I probably wouldn't associate myself with on a regular daily basis, but sometimes it's going to have to put me there.
It happens, and I've been in spaces where it's blatant, where people are like, we don't believe that.
Yeah.
We're not going to make moments for that. Or I've watched people lose people and there's no empathy there for, you know what I mean? That kind of a thing. But where there's not space for grief and loss, and especially in a city like Baltimore, it's not safe.
Yeah.
That's not safety. Like, we need that.
I get that.
We deserve that, especially as Black women and especially as storytellers. You have
for
to
sure.
be able to, we need safe containers.
Absolutely.
And as we talk about relationships later, that's another thing that you need, like in a partnership, is you need the safety. You need someone to come home to. It's a long day when you're, listen, when you have a long day and you're absorbing all those things, you're talking to people, because people just talk to me. I'm sure people just talk to you.
Oh, all the time.
So,
I've had conversations with people that was just dropping ice off at the jail, all different type of stuff. But I just like it. I don't try to carry it with me. I try to let more things, even if happy, terrible things, I try to let it inspire me in some way. Because I have 2 books out. And people always ask, like, and I tell my ideas and future stories that, because I'm working on dropping a 3rd book, but child, this show is just very controlling of the mind. But I never leave, sometimes I never leave the conversation or the person or the interaction. I carry that 2-3 years from now. And it's just it's the weirdest thing, but it works for me.
But it's
a lot. It is a lot.
It can be a lot.
Yes, it is mentally a lot. Definitely, for sure. So for someone who aspires to be a moderator and speak in public places, what type of preparation advice would you give me?
Okay, Chelsea. I think one of the biggest pieces of advice is show up. I think people a lot of times think that, those kinds of bookings or opportunities just come from thin air. But you're already doing the work. You're showing up, you're seeing what's going on, you're curious, staying curious, like, who's out there? You know what I'm saying? Who do I not know yet? How can I make these friends? How can I make these connections? I think that's the most important part. And I've spent years just showing up, just going to other people's events, just going and seeing what's up. You know what I mean? Supporting other ecosystems. It's not just about the creative ecosystem. It's about the other ones. What's going on in technology? What's going on over here? What's going on with arts and culture? Okay, I'm going to a concert, but I might also go to this conference. You know what I'm saying? So, like, really keeping yourself well-versed in what storytelling is too, like really being principled. I saw it earlier. There's a woman who does like the parking lot pimping. She's like, what's her name? Lene, I think it is. Something like that.
Somebody was telling me about it on TikTok. She's on TikTok.
TikTok too. And I think she was talking about citizen journalism, which I really appreciated, because you mentioned journalism earlier. And I think it's important that people that come from the communities are telling the stories of the community. I did not go to journalism school, but I am a practicing journalist.
Neither did I.
Listen,
I thought you did.
I didn't.
Okay, all right. So I can breathe now, because I really thought you were.
No,
because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna grasp everything. But I am
practicing. Literally,
learning.
I'm a practicing journalist. I've been published hundreds of times.
I have hope.
Absolutely.
You definitely inspired me.
Listen, we're gonna get you published before the month is out. Let's go.
Yes, please.
Let's go.
Please.
No.
But that's wonderful. So how do you feel about the journalism community in Baltimore? Because when I started releasing books and being out there at writers' workshops, I felt like the room should have been much more full. I had my first writers' workshop was right at MRI Studios. Shout out to MRI Studios. And D. Watkins was there. And I just felt like I felt like I was fanned out and everybody was calm, but I felt like the room should have been fuller. So how do you feel about the journalism community?
I think, community would be a strong word for what we have here in terms of journalism. And I think for creative writers, there's probably a much bigger audience, like for the poets and people who are writing creative essays and that kind of thought. But journalism is very small. It's kind of tight. There's not a lot of people here. A lot of people come and go.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of journalism. There's all kinds of, just beats that people are on.
Absolutely.
Some people are more, reporter and news.
Yeah.
Some people are just writers. Not just writers, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I get that.
And I think, there is a smaller community here for it. So that's not unlike what I've heard from other, especially women, especially Black women who are in the space. There are not many of us. But I've had the opportunity to work with people like D. Watkins when he was an editor at Salon, which is like a national publication. And I think it's like getting in those rooms and just kind of getting your feet wet, like you said. But it is a really tight community. And I wish it was bigger. But at the same time, there's such an opportunity to dominate because it's not.
I feel that.
So you can climb quickly. Yeah. It's one of those things where you can get into it, learn what you need to learn, publish, get better. Some of the first things I've published, I look back and I'm like, that could have been way better.
Yeah.
But I did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
Once you do it.
Once you get it out there and you get through the process, the editing, getting edited is one of the hardest pieces of being a journalist to me.
So you let someone, whatever articles that you do, you have someone go through it?
Yes.
Really?
Single time,
okay.
Yeah. It is a part of it just being ethical. You want to fact check. That's a big part of journalism. That's the big difference between what we're seeing and this is a media literacy moment.
Yes.
Alanah Nicole. Listen, you need to fact check. You have to have someone look over the work. You want to cite those references. You want to hyperlink them or whatever you have to do to make it journalism, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just fodder. It's banter. It's just
I get
whatever.
that.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
just talking.
You're just talking.
Yeah.
And there are people who are trained in this. Like people do go to journalism school. They become editors, copy editors, which is looking more broadly at the text. There's line editors. It's looking at punctuation, grammar, spelling, all of those really fine-tuned things. And it's different between books. It's different for what you see like with digital publications, like what we see with the Baltimore Beat, shout out to them, or the Baltimore Banner, and the Baltimore Sun, who sucks at it because, they're a racist, very right-leaning publication that no one should read. Solidarity.
Oh, man. I want flashes around this show. Oh my God, this is like everything to me right now. This is a Dateline exclusive. ChelseiRae TV.
Right here.
Yes, absolutely.
Keep it locked. I love saying that.
Yes. So keep it locked. So, what is the difference between, or not even really a difference, but the correlation between a writer and a storyteller? Because for me, my first book, I feel like I introduced myself as a writer.
Yeah.
My second book, I introduce myself as a storyteller. Personally, I felt. And I feel like my next project, because I'm tapping on patriarchy, infidelity, I'm making it Muslim based. I'm really touching on something different and something that I personally, because I'm not Muslim, but y'all know I love Muslim men.
Shout out to Philly.
Yes. Oh, I love a Muslim man. Assalamu alaikum. I love a Muslim man. But tapping onto that and being able to really tell complete like stories. Yeah. So how can I correlate the two, or do I know if I'm doing anything right?
I think, when you say writer and storyteller, they're one and the same. I always call myself a multi-hyphenate. I think two things can exist at once. You don't have to pick one.
Yeah.
So you are a writer, but you are also a storyteller.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think there's a difference between storytelling and communications and marketing. I always say that.
Okay.
Like, I think there's some people who might be in the marketing space, and maybe you're doing copy for a social media post, or maybe you're doing copies for blogs or things like that. But I think there's a difference between marketing, because marketing, you're trying to sell something. Yeah. You're trying to say, watch ChelseiRae TV. Like, but a storyteller might say, there's this young girl. She lived in Baltimore and she loved Muslim dudes. But more than she loved Muslim dudes, she liked to tell stories. And she also wore bomb-ass boho braids. Like, that's storytelling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when you pull someone into a text and you pull them into the rhythm and you're using intonation and tone and color to really paint what's happening and not just writing. Writing is do. That's writing. Storytelling is color. It's
putting
depth.
people in that moment.
It's like when you hear the music in Love Jones, it's like when you hear the music in Love and Basketball, or She's Gotta Have It. I was just rewatching that on Netflix.
Oh,
the way Spike Lee puts the tracks, and then you put the title. When you hear a Maxwell track and you see some of the ladies, it's like, bruh, I'm there. I feel it.
I felt that in the movie The Photograph with ChelseiRae when she walks in and the guy, well, she's talking to the white guy, and then Lakeith Stanfield comes in. Dun, 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 dun. Shout out to the internet. I love the internet. Woo! Oh, I love the internet. Oh, I could just watch that clip all day, every day. I could just watch that clip. Oh my gosh.
That's storytelling.
Yes, it does. It makes you feel. Yes, it's the feeling.
It's the feeling.
And I love writing. I love how my writing takes me on so many highs and lows and switching in and out of characters, especially when I'm having a disagreement or an argument for somebody that is like right now, my next project is a man and a woman who are just very much at odds and going back between that softness and superior. I love it. Oh, I just love it. Yes.
I can't wait to read it.
Yes, I can't wait to put it out. I can't wait to get it done. I'm going to get it done. I promise you. I promise you I'm going to get it done. So, you being a storyteller, now we're going to tap into something a little spicy.
Okay.
Dating.
Okay.
Alanah is my spirit animal on Threads, okay? She says every single thought that I have about these men in my mind.
Oh my
I'm always reposting, always liking or something of hers that she's putting. So when you are dating, do people find it intimidating talking to you?
People, good question, ChelseiRae.
Thank you.
People do find it intimidating to talk to me, but they also find it, like, men like a challenge.
They do.
So some of them will talk to me just to see if they can, just to see if they can have access, just to see if they can rock with me, and that's annoying sometimes.
Very much so.
Also a lot of men come to me with an idea of who I am already because of the online presence. So I'll even this is a homeboy that said this, but like I posted something on Threads after we argued. Okay. And we reconnected, and I was like, yo, like we should talk about what happened. And he was like, I already know what you think because I saw your Threads. What? I was like, sir.
Yeah.
You don't know everything I'm thinking about the topic just because you saw my thread.
Yeah. So I just feel like, and that's another thing. I feel like people that not all my men's out there, not all my peoples, because I call nigga my peoples. Yeah. But I don't feel that sometimes I don't want people to get way above the conversation. Yeah. Just keep it simple. Yeah. I like to talk about my favorite food and favorite color, but sometimes I like to talk to niggas like they in a music video. Ask my last nigga.
Listen. Ooh. I like it. I like a reference.
Yeah, I love it. I love talking to niggas like that in a music video. I like talking to niggas
in general. That's just kind of like where I've always been like that.
Me too.
I've been hot since I was in middle school.
Yeah, I've been boy crazy. I love who I am. I like to flatter.
Okay.
I'm one of them. Okay. Like, I like when a nigga be like, oh my God, Chelsea, you funny as shit. Got you.
Got you.
Take the pants down. Take them down. Yeah, take them down. I'm very much that girl. Because I feel like sometimes it's like you're trying to say words, and I said this on my TikTok a couple whiles ago, but I was like, sometimes they just use words or, oh my gosh, I hate I mean, it happens a lot, and it's going to keep happening. Like, oh, I was going to start a podcast and talk about what?
And do what, sir?
It's nothing that you're not talking about anything.
They also just like to see, like they want to see where you at with it.
Yeah.
They want to see if you're going to feed into it. I get that a lot. I've gotten, oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many aspiring writers. Yeah. All of a sudden, all the men
wants to write.
Everybody want to write now.
Nobody can understand, but you don't want to write. You can't even understand this 3-paragraph text message expressing my love. You said okay.
You can't even text me plans for Friday. Okay. You want to write a book? What's going on?
Tired of talking.
We need to get back to the library. So
yes, we do. No, for real, fellas, for real. Because I remember I was talking to this guy, and I would use small words like oblivious. He'd be like, "What's that?"
Oh my gosh!
And I would tell him like, "Well, why didn't you just say that?" Because there's another word for it, sir. That's why.
I have a confession.
Okay, go ahead. Confession.
There's sometimes where I'm talking to a guy and he don't understand what I'm saying, and I like that. I like that I'm smarter than you.
Yeah.
I like that I get to teach you because I like to teach. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And in certain realms where I like to take that. So when you say, you like, what that mean? I'm like, don't worry about it, baby. I got you.
I I got you. Because you can't read the menu.
I was the girl who used to read out loud in elementary school.
Yeah,
Give me 2 pages.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Very much that.
Yeah.
That girl.
It was always that girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite, who is your inspiration for storytelling? And I mean all of what it is, what the story is, the tone. And do you ever find yourself impersonating that person at times?
Some of my biggest inspirations are honestly the women I come from.
Okay.
I come from a very loud family. I hope I get to marry. Again, I'm actually divorced.
Okay.
But I hope I get to marry into a loud family for the second time. I hope, because the women in my family are loud. They are storytellers. They're talking while they're in the kitchen. They're talking they were probably talking while I was in utero. So I just I've always been around people who are just storytelling. My dad was a big storyteller. I lost both of my parents have since passed.
Okay.
One in middle school, my dad when I was in middle school, my mom recently as an adult. But my whole family are storytellers. They all just, even though they might not be in the formal practice, I could easily say that they're people that have influenced me are people like Nikki Giovanni or Bell Hooks. I could say easily that the people that have influenced me are people like, Shonda Rhimes. People who write for TV, because we watch TV, we read books, but so much we miss that the people who have made us, the people who are, cooking for us, the people who have grown us, are the people who are our influences. I remember when I got into Baltimore's nonprofit space, and this is an interview I did years ago when someone asked me oh, well, how did you get into community work? And I remember naming some white woman I had worked with, somebody who said something that inspired me. And after some thought, I was like, yo, honestly, the first time I remember being in community was in the projects in New York.
Okay.
I grew up, on the Lower East Side. My dad was on the Lower East Side. My mom was from the Bronx, so I kind of was in both spaces.
Yeah.
Both the projects. But when you're in the Lower East Side, you have families that are Puerto Rican, Jewish, Black. They're all eating with one another. You know what I'm saying? They're all sharing food. They're sharing loose ones, cigarettes.
Yeah.
They're sharing everything. They're sharing stories. So I kind of always grew up in a very mixed demographic space. Coming to Baltimore was actually a culture shock. When I got to elementary school here, I had never been in a classroom full of just Black kids.
Okay.
I always had, my best friends were Swedish, Puerto Rican.
A huge melting pot.
It was just a huge melting pot.
Yeah.
That's what New York was. And I always was just a fan of the way that people told their stories. You could hear that there were differences. There are nuances. There are things that make us unique. And those are the things I like to focus on in my storytelling.
Absolutely. Do you ever pull from New York journalism sometimes or for it to guide you in a Baltimore way?
I think the way that I navigate orating, when I'm moderating or hosting, I'm a huge fan of people like Angie Martinez, you know what I mean? Or I used to listen to Hot 97 growing up. So Angie. I was just, and then when I got here, of course, it was the Big Fat Morning Show.
Yeah.
And you had K Swift and you had, people like LaDawn Black on the air at night. So that was I always had this kind of double influence, and there's no scarcity of people, especially Black women or women of color, because I love a Puerto Rican woman too.
Yes.
Shout out to Elisa downstairs at the Empanada Lady.
Yes, shout out to Elisa.
She's also from the Bronx. Please. Wait by. So I think, I'm a big fan of just women who are okay with speaking up, who can speak out. It doesn't matter on the radio waves, on the TV, in the books. It doesn't matter. We're all storytellers. We all have our own lanes.
Yeah.
And even when we share the lanes, there's enough room for us all. So
very much so. So me and Alanah, before the cameras came on, she was telling me about that she wants to do late night television.
Oh, yes.
Where did that come from?
It's funny because it came from, there's actually a guy that I know. His name is Jason Torres, and he's a producer. He's done production for shows like 106 in Park. He's done production for shows like Deezus and Nero.
Okay.
And he's just been all around, but he lives in Baltimore, and we met. And he'd done a number of shows, of course, before he met me, but he kind of saw the brand that I was building, was like, you would be perfect for late night. And I was like, I had thought about things like podcasts. I had thought about all kinds of things before, but late night just sounded so tight for me.
Yeah.
Because I do kind of have that sultry vibe. Okay. I do kind of have that, there's a sexy topic. There's always kind of something more risque I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I've done stand up. So I feel like doing those monologues wouldn't be strange for me. So it just really it's coming together, and I'm really excited. I'm excited
for you.
Yeah.
I want to, like I was telling her, I want to do daytime. I think I'm more of a daytime television type of girl.
Ricky Lake.
Yeah. That's what everybody says about me. Ricky Lake.
People say that to me too, but I'm like, I take, there's pieces of what Ricky Lake does that I like.
Yeah.
But I really feel more like a late night girl.
Yeah.
I do. I feel more LaDawn Black, Midnight Kiss. I feel more Arsenio Hall. Like, I feel Jimmy Fallon even.
I love Jimmy Fallon. Shout out to Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. I think I like the diversity of late night, because I feel like you said, you could be more risque. You could be like more like raunchy and more yourself. I feel like daytime television kind of has like a uniform, but only because of the certain things that I want to talk about. Like I want to talk like Oprah. Like I want to sit down. I want to make people cry on my couch. Yes.
Somebody's got to stop Jennifer Hudson. I'm sorry. Moment of silence for that. But like, somebody's got to stop her. So you got to take that slot. I love J Hud. She's beautiful.
I do too.
She's bold. She always kind of stuck up for us as curvy women.
But everybody doesn't need a talk show. ChelseiRae does.
ChelseiRae does.
ChelseiRae needs
whatever that network is.
Yeah, because we got Sherry Shepherd out of there, which I'm upset about. I didn't like Sherry Shepherd being fired.
And I'm not, shout out to all the women who've kind of carved that path.
Yes.
Who have gotten those shows and those spots. I'm a big lover of Whoopi Goldberg. I study her. Like, she's one of the people that I watch clips of constantly, because her stage presence, it's immaculate. Mm-hmm. She's done everything. She sings. She's done Broadway.
Yes.
Those are all the things I want to do.
Yes. I want to do Broadway.
I want to do Broadway too.
I want to do Broadway. I did that for a comedy stand-up that I did before. Because one night I just was scrolling on the internet and I looked up open mics.
Yes.
I went the first night, killed it. And then the owner was like, can you come back the next day? So I came back the next day and I said, I don't have anything written. I'm not prepared. But if I was to ever audition for Broadway, I would be it would be Pocahontas, and I had long braids at the time.
Oh my goodness.
And I got up there and sang Colors of the Wind.
Oh, I love that.
As if I was standing on a mountain cliff and John Smith
as you should
was behind me.
I'm a theater kid.
Yeah, I've always, and it's so crazy. You were going back to your family. Yeah. My family's not loud. Okay. I don't know where this comes
from. Wow.
I don't know. My mom is not the most spoken outer type person. And neither are my aunts. Okay. They can cut up a little bit, but I really don't. My dad's side of the family is a bit more outy, but my dad is very cool and himself. I don't know.
My mom's side is definitely more quiet. My dad's side, they loud.
Really?
Women on that side loud.
Yes.
Just curvy women, loud, boisterous, just always very colorful. Always had the natural locks. Like, they just always inspired me. I always wanted to be like the aunts on my dad's side. But yeah, I think it's important that we do use our voices, no matter what families we come from.
That's how I feel, honestly. Yeah. I don't care that I'm the black sheep. I'm a damn good one. I like it. What is your favorite book?
My favorite book. I'll tell you what my favorite book that I read this year was.
Okay.
My favorite book that I read this year was Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. Okay. And just like the story I told about my upbringing, it talks about Jewish and Black families in kind of like, I want to say late 1800s, early 1900s era. Okay. But they're in, let's say, like Pennsylvania, like a rural Pennsylvania. And it's just a story that really talks about loss. It talks about differences. I love stories, any stories, because, of course, growing up as a plus-size girl, when you see stories, maybe it was like Sisterhood of the Traveling Plants with like Yaya or whatever her name was. Like, anytime you saw like a curvy girl, it was always like overly done, where or even when Raven Baxter, like with that character on Disney, it was always overdone, where it was like, you want to make it clear that this is a lovable person, but they always made her so extra. And in this story, Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, the main character, she's a woman with a disability. Okay. So she's kind of colored as someone who wouldn't have been necessarily loved, but she ends up getting married and is a very loving marriage. Ooh. A very loving marriage with a man who just would do anything for her. And so it's a love story, but it has its tragic moments too. Yeah. But James McBride does a really beautiful job with his characters, with his character development, and just with showing us that you can and you are worthy of love. Yeah. And I think when it's not overdone and it's not like, oh, she was 200, 300 pounds, and she did that.
Pity love.
Pity love.
Pity love.
I don't like to see it like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. So he does a good job of writing that character in that way. My favorite part of that story, even though it's not the main point.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil that for folks who may not have read it yet.
Yeah.
But I do like when there's a love story within the story, and that love story of her just kind of working. I think the character's name is Chona. She's like working in her parents' grocery store. She wouldn't have been, the person, when you turn a certain age, they start to kind of shop you around in those years or whatever, like, okay, who's going to marry her? And she wasn't the first pick, but she was there, and he really saw her beauty.
That's beautiful.
So it was beautiful.
I need a man that'll find my beauty. Ooh, if you're not busy. I'm off next week. Favorite song that tells a good story to you?
My favorite song that tells a good story. Diary by Alicia Keys.
Oh,
what a beautiful story.
That album.
Ooh, the whole thing.
The whole thing. Top to bottom.
Excellent. No skip.
I don't like I hate interludes.
Okay.
Because I feel like I need more of that particular song. But Diary, why Diary?
Come on, lay your head on my pillow.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do the runs.
But yeah, you want to feel it. Yeah, it makes you feel.
You know
good.
what we talked about, Baby Boy? She says, I think it's like so many things. She's keeping the secret for him.
Yeah.
And I think as a plus size girl in Baltimore City, where niggas are constantly just trying to hide us,
Child,
they love us.
These baby mamas are whales.
Oh my God. So I just, I really relate to that. I relate to that story. I relate to the story of having to keep a secret. I relate to the story of having to keep things in a diary or just kind of, even though I actually don't journal. Like, people always think I don't. I'm not good at it.
I can't stop.
I do it sometimes, and then, like, my therapist will really have to get on me. Like, you need to write these thoughts out. But
I can't stop.
I'm just a yapper.
I am too. I'm a yapper. I think I'm a yapper because I'm a great conversationalist.
Yeah.
So I'm able to talk about any and everything. But writing, I can't stop writing stories.
Yeah.
Or maybe how I'm feeling in that moment or something. Because I had the last time I was on my show. No, I'm sorry. When I was on a Zoom meeting call, we were talking about creator's block and getting past that and trying to move past that. And I tried. It was like I do have it, but I don't. And because it's like a story blocking another story.
Okay.
So it's like I'm in the middle.
Get one out.
I have to.
Okay.
It's just it's
I
bad.
hop around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've described my mind as like a movie theater.
Oh wow.
And I can just navigate through the different movies and come in and out of stuff because I write my books from the inside out.
Okay.
And I've noticed definitely with this project, because I keep talking about it, so I'm just going to get it done and put it out for you guys to like it. But I felt like with this story, I wrote so many like, boom, boom, shebang, shebang, shebang. Now I have to write the fillers of how we got to those moments. And it's blocking. The next plot is blocking because it's like, okay, yada, yada, yada. They rode to the store and then they were fighting. I want to get to the next point. Yeah, I know. It's so bad. But I'm going to get it out. I'm definitely going to get it out. I'm trying to think a song.
A song.
For me, probably 112. Maybe Jagged. I'm gonna show Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
Jagged, because
my favorite.
Yes, when I was younger, I would, and I still do, honestly. When I listen to a song, I can see the music video.
Okay.
So I remember listening to 112 Pleasure and Pain album, and What If was on it, and God Only Knows. God Only Knows. That song by 112, that's my wedding song. It basically describes like, I wish you could understand in my mind, but the only person understanding the love that I have for you, God only knows.
Oh,
ooh, Shell. I don't feel like about nobody today.
Oh,
it may change tomorrow.
I honestly, do I feel like that about somebody right now? No.
Okay. I was about to say exclusive.
Not exclusive. I mean, I had. It's so funny because like I'm in a relationship, but I'm not.
Okay.
It's it's not like it's.
I hate a gray area.
It's not even a gray area. It's just I've been seeing this guy since I was like 14.
Okay.
And I love him. Like what? But what? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we're ever gonna get married. But I do love him. I love seeing him. I like spending time with him.
Do you want to get married again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to eat downstairs? Yeah, sure.
I'm kind of apathetic
sure.
about it. Like, I think it's like, if it happens, it happens. But
okay.
I'm, of course, like, I'm a lover girl, so I get hungry for it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, I enjoy the little things in life. Like, I think after a long day, going and sit with him, watch TV, he asks me, how'd this go, how'd that go? He's not in my world at all. Like, he doesn't do the things I do.
Really?
He's not hosting. He's not doing anything. He does his work. He raises his kids. I have my work. I'm raising my kids. And I don't even know. He's never going to see this. I don't know if we're exclusive. I don't know what the vibe is, but it's just like, I enjoy spending time with him, and he knows who I am before I am who I am now. So it makes it easy. I can talk to him. Whatever. He's got a wild anger problem, but like,
oh, well, most niggas are angry
most of them
about
are angry.
nothing. So how, cause it's like, I think I'm dating. I think I'm doing something out here. I don't know. Nobody's beating me up. That's all I like to. Nobody's beating me up. Nobody's chasing me down. Nobody's doing any of that.
Nobody dragging you out the club
at all. I don't have that. Although it would be nice, but just not by my braids right now.
Ow.
But when you have someone, I want someone, and I feel like, and I was talking to shout out to Zay. We were talking, and he was like, Chelsea, you have a wife like potential about you. So dating, having so many different situations, but I'm very delusional.
Okay.
I live in a very delusional world.
Oh my goodness.
Very delusional, but I date as if that person can fit into this big world that may come for me eventually.
Yeah. I don't date like that anymore.
No? Why? Because you are in a big world.
Yeah, I'm in a big world, and like, trying to find someone who was going to meet that moment just became near impossible.
Yeah.
Like, I think I had to, like, I am who I am. The moment might be big, but I still am who I am. So there's certain things, values that I enjoy, like things I enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up, like, I'm a county girl. Like, I kind of moved to Baltimore County when I first came to Baltimore. So, like, a nigga from Randallstown, a nigga from Milford, a nigga from Woodlawn, Gwino. Okay, they just do something for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love me a West Side man. I probably say that once every show. I love me a man from the West Side of Baltimore. It's nothing like it. Now, I have trickled over to the East Side a time or two. I've done a two-step over the East Side, but the West Side, they love different.
Liberty and Garrison. Listen,
I love a nigga that struggled when he was younger.
Listen.
He looks at love differently.
He looks at it differently. He loves his mama. He loves his grandmama.
Yes.
He gonna take you there. He might take other bitches there, but he's gonna take you there. And he's gonna get a plate for you. They're gonna meet you. They're gonna talk about you later.
Yeah.
But he's gonna take you there. It might not mean shit to him.
It might not mean a damn thing, but it's okay.
I was just talking about that with D Watkins about, because he would say I was
shout out to D Watkins.
Shout out to D Watkins.
I keep getting in his space too. I asked him to come on the show.
He's got to come.
Yeah, I've gotten in his space a couple of times.
There you go. There's a show called Three Blind Mice, written by Imani Nia Robinson, and it's based in Baltimore. And it's like a HBCU show. It's about a young woman who moves to Baltimore for the first time. She's sort of getting the lay of the land. I was talking to this writer's room because they're in the second season writing this show, and I was talking to the writers about the fact that the men in Baltimore might introduce you to their mom, but they might not give a fuck about you either. And it's honestly because of some of the things they grew up with. Yeah. She might have been on drugs. Yeah. Grandmama might have raised them. It doesn't matter. But he might not care about the lady the way you think he does. So you meeting his mom is not this milestone. Big no more. It's not a big thing. Yeah. It's like you just might have met her, and then later on they're going to be like, what was wrong with her braids? What was wrong with her shirt? You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter.
I don't trust mothers.
I don't trust them.
I don't trust mothers. I trust fathers just a little bit. Cause I feel like fathers, if they know you look good, of the family. Yeah, the fathers would be like, "Oh, baby, you can do a lot better like me." Gosh. Okay, Daddy. Well, if this don't work out, I'm gonna call you.
But I will say, Chelsea, I'm good with a family. I am top tier.
I am too.
Family material. Yeah. You want to? Listen, this is actually when the season starts. Soon as football season starts is when dating season starts to me. Okay. Because you could be locked in, pumpkin patch down, Thanksgiving dinner table with your quick weave by November if you really lock in right now. So this is the moment. This is the time.
Start it now.
Start it now.
They got the jerseys at Marshall's. They got the jerseys at Burlington Coat Factory. I'm going to get me a lot of them. somebody I was I met somebody last night, and he's an Eagles fan.
Okay,
so
I love Philly niggas.
Yeah, I started singing EAGLES Eagles.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
no,
I did.
You didn't. Not
I'm
rah,
very
rah,
in
shish,
tune with
kumbah.
everything. I have to.
I love it.
And talk to nigga like they in a music video.
I love it. Listen, one thing I'm gonna do is woo a man.
Yes.
Okay, it's a sport to me.
It's a skill though. But being a storyteller is so good. I will Tyler Perry stage play my way back into a man life so fast.
Also,
why do you love me? I need you today.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I bet it works too.
Oh yes.
I mean, men honestly, they just like to see us. They like to see us work for it, but they easy.
Very much so.
They
easy.
They easy. I love the flirt though.
I do too.
I love the flirt.
It's an art. I think it's an art.
It is.
So you having so many conversations. Yeah. What is your favorite conversation to have?
My favorite conversation to have is probably it's the ones about love. They're probably the ones about love, relationships, and dating, friendship. We talk about friendship a lot. I think like our friendships are what we think love is supposed to be for us.
Explain that.
Yeah, I think like a lot of times we really miss out on real connection and the gravity of like real connection because we are looking past the friendships because we're always looking for the romantic partner.
Yeah.
But I have so much fun with my friends.
Yeah.
I date my friends. I love my friends. We have sleepovers. My friends were there when my mom died. My friends were there when I've gone through bad breakups.
Wow.
They were here when I got fired. My friends are here for everything. And I can't say that. I can't say the same thing for my romantic partnerships. They are fleeting. They might end. I might not know where we stand. Maybe I don't want to tell him right away. There's a difference there. But there's something about a good friend. And I might have met those friends through maybe past romantic partners or other friends' romantic partners, and I've kind of collected them like chips.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, and I feel like even though there are moments where we do feel alone, because at the end of the day, when you lay your head on your pillow at night, it's just you and your thoughts. It's just you and your story. But at the same time, I think it's important that we start to look at our friendships the way that we look at romantic partnership. There's something to be sought after there.
Absolutely.
There's something to be cherished there. There is a covenant there. There is a promise there.
I agree.
And it's important to have joy in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm so thankful that you're here. I really am. What do you want your impact to be in Baltimore City?
You know, when I laid my head on that pillow at night,
let
me stop. I want my impact to be whatever God wants it to be. You know, I really can't name it. I can't call it. I couldn't have predicted. I could have never imagined, and I could have never dreamed any of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I knew that I had an inkling that I needed to quit my job. I was working in healthcare.
Okay.
I knew that I needed to start an open mic. That's kind of how I started things. And I know that I'm a connector. I know I'm gifted in certain ways, but I really am in a season of transition right now and trying to figure out what's going to be next. If the talk show pops, so be it. If it fails for another thing to flourish, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I really just am here for whatever God has for me.
I
hope that Baltimore City benefits from my being here, and I know that it has already, but I can't speak for that.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't speak to that. I think it's up to my peers to say, Alanah, yeah, she really did enter that chat. Yeah. Like, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you have? What do you have coming? What can people look out for?
I think people should look out for my talk show. It is happening. It is in production. I'm very excited for it to come out.
Yes.
I'm excited for my guest lineup. I'm excited. And people should also just continue to look out for my writing. I'm always writing. I'm always publishing. Always talking about all kinds of things: love, relationships, dating, womanhood, Black business, entrepreneurship, technology. I've written about all kinds of things.
Yes.
I love to find new stories. I think people should connect with me about that. And I want to continue to just be on panels and in public speaking. That is really, there's something that happens for me. I'm just in such a happy space.
Yeah.
When I get to be on stage, when I get to speak, when
I
get
was
to
going
host.
to ask you, what do you like more? Do you like being behind the article or speaking in front of people? Because you do it very well. You do both very well.
I feel like yes, but I think actually the public speaking has become maybe my favorite.
Really? Okay.
Even though like at heart, and it's funny because like when I get back to the page, I'm always like, oh, I still got it.
Yeah.
Because I could go weeks.
Yeah.
I go weeks where I'm like, I'm recording this, I'm doing that, I'm on a stage, and then I get back to my page and I'm like, oh, it's still there. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
So look at your camera, one of these cameras, and let people know where they can find you, what you're going to have, and what you want people to come out to.
For sure. What's going on, guys? Alanah Nicole Davis here. I'm so excited to be on ChelseiRae TV.
Yes.
Okay, I want y'all to follow me on all platforms that Alanah has entered the chat. If you have not seen my articles, look me up, Alanah Nicole Davis. It's Alanah with a H. A lot of people miss it. ALANAH, okay? The girl is from the Bronx, but she represents Baltimore real bad. Okay? I love y'all so much. Thanks for having me, Chelsea.
I thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. This has been another episode, wonderful episode of ChelseiRae TV. Make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe. Follow me, ChelseiRae TV, on all platforms. If you want to collaborate, or anything you want to see on the show, ChelseiRaeTV@gmail.com. Believe in me, believe in yourself, and I love you. Thank you, girl.
Of course.